Recently, I was watching a live feed of a Harp player, and we were all, commenting, doing live chat, and talking about techniques and everything. And I mentioned a multi-finger plucking technique. And I sort of described it as best I could in the comments, but I got a couple messages afterwards, and after the live feed went up just as a normal upload, more people have messaged me because my comments, locked down on there. And either they didn't understand it or I didn't describe it very well with word typing of English talkings, which is probably me, honestly. So I'm going to attempt to make a video, get my hair out of the way, make a video here demonstrating that technique. So that way when people ask, I can just link them back to this video. So I'm going to start out, I'll use a popkin here. I only have a couple of my jaw harps with me today. Okay. So normally, when you pluck a jaw harp, you can do it inward or outward depending on the jaw harp, but if you're just plucking normal, it's something like this. Get my mustache out of the way as well. If I don't tame the face mane, it gets tangled up and I wind up yanking out mustache hairs. Alright, so normally it'd be something like this. It's normal bang, 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 bang. A little bit of a rattle on that too. Not sure where that's coming from. Alright, so the technique that I'm trying to describe, it actually comes through a lot better on my Glazern harps with a lot more saturation. A little bit bigger too. Is instead of just plucking, I think you can see the trigger here. Instead of just plucking the trigger right here, up, I'm actually doing it with multiple fingers. So it's something like that. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you do it, it sounds like this. It gives you sort of that galloping sort of rhythm when you get it right. Like I said, I find it easier because I have larger hands too, so I find it easier on larger harps. And this harp's like the size of my thumb, so these are kind of cramped up harps for me. And I like the sound of it on a Don Moy, but I find it a little bit harder to do this on a Don Moy just because of the way that you'd have to pluck it. Because again, Don Moy, pluck it like that, where you gotta pluck it like this instead. Which that's a good demonstration for Don Moy. See, my fingers are like this, and it just goes. And it's actually a technique that I learned playing spoons. It's when I do this. So that's, to my mind, it's taking a spoons playing technique and putting it on jaw harp. But on Don Moy, it would sound something like this. If I don't get my mustache tangled in. Don Moy is the worst one to tangle up in my mustache too. That's the side of jaw harping they never tell you. If you have an awesome face mane, sometimes they will get caught. Harmonicas do. Harmonicas are the worst. Because there's like a little tiny gap between the actual the core of the harmonica and the little faceplate on it. It's like it's little tiny, tiny. It looks like it should be airtight, but it's just wide enough to catch the corner of like a mustache hair. And when you move the harmonica, it just yanks the hair out. Then you yelp through it, and then you start crying a little. But because you're still playing and you're crying, you're like, oh, oh. People just assume that you're really feeling it and you're a really good blues harper or something. But yeah. Invest in mustache wax if you are a harmonica player. That's all I'm going to say. Which I have not done that today, so give me one more moment of vanity. Preening myself. There we go. And let's try this again. So hopefully the microphone picked the subtlety of that up. Hopefully it picked it up. Hopefully also anyone who I send this link to or anyone who sees this articulates it enough. Because I was trying to literally just type out, well, you hold it this way and you hold your three fingers in a slightly staggered motion and you inward pluck, and I couldn't English words with letters and typing on the interwebs without sounding like I was just drunk when I was doing it. Which I may have been drunk when I was typing that comment. But that's no excuse for being inelegant in your description of something. So again, it's just that motion, except around your face. Too long didn't watch. Traditional Appalachian spoons playing transfers to Vietnamese droning shamanic instrument. Invest in mustache wax. Plucking mustache hairs makes you a better blues harmonica player. That's the secret. That's how you feel it. Alright, so there you go. I don't know how to end this thing. I really only meant for it to be like a 30-second thing of me demonstrating that technique. So if you like it, hit the like button. Smash like and subscribe and add it to your feed and click the notification bell and donate to my Patreon and give me your firstborn child and subscribe and all the other things that evidently YouTubers have to ask for nowadays just to be able to afford to keep doing YouTube. Or, don't do any of that and just take the information I gave you for free and have fun and spread it around and teach and share it with as many people as you can so we all know how to do this and we have a new base level skill set that we can all build up from. It's your choice.